protected zone for the Bay Dragons.
Tapos meron pa silang import na si Andrew Nicholson,
Husay.
Coach Ronnie. Napakahusay nito, an NBA veteran. And he's shown us time and again what he can do.
27 points in Game 1. I thought that Christian Standhardinger won that personal battle versus Drew Nicholson, and as a result, Ginebra blew out the Bay Area Dragons. But in Game 2, he was composure personified. Only 2 points, had more turnovers than baskets in the first 12 minutes, but suddenly erupted for a total of 30 or 28 points in the last 3 quarters. And he was composed, he was omnipresent, but more than that, he was highly efficient, hitting shots from the 3-ball and likewise converting 83% of his free throws, and that told heavily against Ginebra's chances to win 2 in a row versus this team, the Bay Area Dragons.
Steady yan si Andrew Nicholson, no? Veterano coach. But siyempre may import din itong Barangay Ginebra on the other side of that floor. The guy in red, he's on your screens. Kabayan na natin ngayon yan, Pinoy na yan. Ito si Justin Brownlee. Pag-usapan naman natin yung kanyang impact, Coach Ronnie.
Ang impact ni Justin Brownlee, damang-dama mo, lalo dun sa Game 1 na panalo. 28 points and only 16 field goal attempts. But in Game 2, itong team ng Bay Area Dragons forced Justin Brownlee to be a volume shooter. He hit 32 points but attempted a total of 28 times from the field. Also took a lot of shots from the 3-point line. And for Coach Tim Cone, that was something that the Bay Area Dragons did on purpose, at ayaw niyang maulit yan. That kailangan nila yung local flavor for them to come out on top against this team na gusto nilang talunin dito sa PBA Finals.
Well, you mentioned yung local flavor na yan, no? Actually, Barangay Ginebra, the locals were stymied in game number 2, Coach Ryan. There was only one other player aside from Brownlee who scored in double digits. It was Jamie Malonzo, but just 10 points in that game.
Not enough mileage from Jamie Malonzo, especially if you consider the average points that he scored in their first 18 games. 13.6 points per ball game. The most consistent local contributor for Barangay Ginebra. 10.6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block in the second game. Still a far cry from his very good shooting from the field and also his overall performance in Game 1. He had a total of 37 minutes but only took 4 attempts, making 1 for 3 points. But the good thing was he was plus 25. In Game 2, 28 minutes, took 10 attempts, 40% from the field, but was -4 in the minutes that he was inside the basketball court. If you want Barangay Ginebra to have a chance against Bay Area Dragons, this guy on your screen has to score.
That's right. And also, aside from Jamie Malonzo, marami pang ibang dapat mag-step up dyan para sa Barangay Ginebra. And one of them, of course, is the guy who plays the point guard position para sa kanila, no, Coach Ronnie. You know about playing that position. L.A. Tenorio, one of the best ever in the league. But what a change as well from Game 1 to Game 2.
That's right. The little general worked wonders, or did wonders, in that Game 1 win for Ginebra. 6 points in the first, 8 points in the second, 2 in the third, 6 in the fourth. Solid on all fronts, and he led the troops in that Game 1 win. But in Game number 2, yung depensa ng Bay Area Dragons talagang hindi pinayagang makabuelo sa LA Tenorio. 2 points in the first quarter, 5 in the second, 1 in the third, and only 2 in the fourth. And those numbers will tell you as to why isa lamang ang pumalo sa double figures para sa Ginebra, kasi Jamie Malonzo. But for Ginebra to come out on top today against the Bay Area Dragons, they need once again the full force contributed by Elliot Tenorio compared to that Game 1 performance, and he also needs to be more in terms of tempo to control the pace for the Barangay Ginebra Gym Kings.
Well, the three of us are joined by a lovely lady at courtside right now. Apple David is right there. May report siya para sa atin right now.
In that Game 2 win, Coach Brian Gorgin's counters worked well for them. Una na dyan, to defend without fouling. Nung Game 1 kasi, they were in foul trouble that caused them to be sensitive and hesitant on defense. Pangalawa, nakapag-compete sila on the glass, denying Ginebra extra possessions. And at the same time, they were able to run in transition. Kaya naman, during the week break, Coach Brian took time to make his players realize and to convince them that that is the formula to keep on winning. Also, if they want to get this game, the bench need not only to give the starters some breather, but also to be a threat inside. Ginebra has a deep bench and they're well coached, and it's going to be difficult for the Dragons if they can only get productions from 5 to 6 players.
Thanks a lot for that, Apple David. You know, ang ganda talaga pag ganitong klaseng serye, the way the teams adjust and readjust as the games move on. But yun na nga, they'd always talk about the shorter benches, the longer benches, the deeper benches. We will find that out sa araw na ito. We throw it over to our venue announcer. Starting lineups coming up here inside the Mall of Asia Arena.
Good afternoon, PBA fans. We are live here at the SM Mall of Asia Arena for Game 3 of the Best of 7 series between these two ball clubs. And now it's time to meet the starters for both teams. First, from your Barangay Ginebra, San Miguel! Starting at point guard from Nasugbu, Batangas, number 5, LA Tenorio. At shooting guard from Davao del Sur, number 9, Scotty Thompson. At small forward from Pasig City, number 31, Aljon Mariano. At power forward from Dasmuan, Pampanga, number 25, Japet Aguilar. And at center, their import number 32, Justin Brownlee. Coaching Ginebra is Tim Cone. And now it's time to meet the starters for your Bay Area Dragons! Starting at point guard, number 1, Glenn Yang. At shooting guard, number 8, Zhu Songwei. At small forward, number 11, Hayden Blankley. At power forward, number 22, Kobe Lamb. And at center, their import, number 44, Andrew Nicholson. Coaching the Dragons is Brian Gurgin. Game officials are Noel Kalingian, Sherwin Pineda, Mike Flordaliza, and Nino Barcelo.
Yan ang mga starters para kay Coach Tim Cone, Scotty Thompson, LA Tenorio, Justin Brownlee, Japet Aguilar, and Aljon Mariano. Essentially an all-Filipino squad because Pinoy na si Justin Brownlee. Kabilang panig naman, it's Nicholson in the middle. Blankley and Zhu Songwei on the flanks, and Kobe and Glenn are the backcourt. They're in white, the Bay Area Dragons, the visitors. Nakapula naman itong Ginebra. Yung tip-off na iyan, atin sa atin ng Honda. Official motorcycle ng PBA is Scotty Thompson. First possession of the game. They go to JB. Zhu Songwei nakabantay sa kanya. JB will attack the baseline, put it up and miss. Nicholson with those big hands grabs rebound number 1. Bit of harassment from Thompson, tight guarding Glenn Yang. Zhu goes to Hayden. Kobe Lamb right now. Trying to get to Nicholson. And he bumps into LA Tenorio, and the pesky defense of Tenorio creates an offensive foul on the part of Kobe Lamb.
This is a distinct adjustment of Coach Tim Cone. He's not letting the passers inside to have open access to get the ball in the hands of Nicholson. What they're doing is tremendous pressure on the guy passing the ball inside, and that is why LA Tenorio was able to force a turnover.
Short of the 3, however, is LA Tenorio. Almost a minute into this game, wala pa score. Glenn Yang. Kobe on the approach, hits the deck, and I think they tied him up. Mukhang may foul, tatawagin against LA. Traveling ba, Coach?
Foul.
Kasi niya sa traveling.
Bago gumulo, may contact. Just to add to what Coach Ryan said earlier in terms of putting a lot of pressure to the passer, on the passer, you can find that Japet Aguilar the first time matchup sa starting unit. Laban kay Nicholson. He's trying to front. And then yung automatic help sa likuran ni Nicholson, and then agad naka-drop down para sa mga lap passes na gustong gawin ng white shirts.
Nakaabot sa basket dito si Glenn Yang, but the layup was too strong off the glass. Now it's with Brownlee. JB in the paint, puts it up. Basket won't drop. Zhu Songwei, good box out. Nakuha na yan.
0 out of 2 from the field for Justin Brownlee. But what you're seeing is a guy determined to get the ball inside and hopefully get fouled.
Go to the line.
No, hindi pa nabibiyayaan si JB in their first 2 attempts.
Thompson to the basket. Squeezes in between 2 players. And he knocks in the first 2 points of game number 3.
3 possessions, all attacking inside. They took 36 of their 86 possessions from the 3 ball. I think that is something that's way too much for Coach Tim Cohn's liking right now. They continue to attack the basket relentlessly, and they will be rewarded with the first basket of this contest.
Because of quick double team, popping it out to Blanky, way off on his 3-point attempt. And Scotty comes in a rebound. You know that's not going to be his last in this game. Brownlee in the paint. Ginebra,
Four straight points inside the paint for Barangay Ginebra. So you see that it's not like they're just falling in love with the 3-point shot. They have not been fouled, but the more important thing is high percentage shots ang kanilang pinaglawan.
There's Ju Sung-wei. Big man who can put it on the floor, gets to the basket for 2 points naman ng Bay Area.
Chief assignment of Aljon Mariano is to contain the explosion of Su Song-wei. Hurt them with 10 first quarter points in their game 2 win.
Porto ang ating score inside the painted area. Nasaraduan ng pinto si Scotty. Goes outside to LA. Mariano. Balik kay Tenorio. Tenorio. Papasa sa loob. Good hand from Scotty, but naubusan na ng oras ang Barangay Ginebra.
That restricted zone has really been guarded so well by the Dragons after giving up close to 50 points in that game 1 loss. Pinasok sila ng Ginebra dun sa kanilang pagkatalo. Dun sila yung atake. Let's see if they'll be successful in their restricted zone defense against the Barangay Ginebra.
Upstairs with Ju. Into the paint.
Wow.
Blankly. Nice slide to the hoop. And good find.
Good read. The defense of Barangay Ginebra extended on the outside, and that backdoor option was a good read by Blankley. First 2 points in the ball game for Blankley.
Brownlee. Bumitaw sa tres. A bit too strong. Kobe Lamb comes down with it. Ju inside to Nicholson. He'll jam it home.
This is what we saw consistently in games. Takes advantage of a guy who is 6'10", 260 pounds. It's really the biggest and the strongest man inside. And what do? 4 out, 1 in option on the offensive alignment by the Bay Area Dragons. And as a result, look at this. Quick passes. Good lob pass, catch and shoot situation, slam dunk. Add another 2 points for the Bay Area import.
What about Su Song-wei assisting or creating a basket or making a basket in the last 6 points for the white shirts so far, the Bay Dragons?
Pero he committed his first foul on this side. So they gotta watch that. Sinasabi nga natin, yung mga players ng Bay Area, hindi nakakalaro yung mga yan. Hindi sanay sa mga playoffs katulad nito, no? Because the rotation isn't as deep as that of Barangay Ginebra.
And that was a goalie move on the part of Drew Nicholson. The World Cup just ended, but not to Nicholson,
Anything to stop the offense ng Barangay Ginebra.
especially against LA Tenorio.
Brownlee now. Kicks to LA. The fake pass. The jump in. 15-foot J. Off target. Ball bounces to LA. He'll try. He can't find the hoop. 2 misses on that play. And Ju Sung-wei, another rebound. There he is going to the hoop. Kakaliwa na naman sana pero no go. Drew a foul however, so 2 shots para kay Ju.
An enviable task for Aljon Mariano to try and contain the very quick 6'8". Su Song-wei is, we take a peek at Nicholson's earlier about to make his first entry in this contest.
It's such a hard matchup. He is 6'9". He's
Bilisi.
got guard skills. He can dribble the length of the court. He can break down defenses using his quickness as his dribbling ability. He can also step out and shoot the outside shot. And the reason why Barangay Ginebra was so comfortable in winning game 1 was they got this guy in foul trouble early in the ball game.
3 fouls agad, di ba?
Diba? So offensively, dapat iniisip rin ng Barangay Ginebra yan. Take number 8 out of the game by attacking him on defense.
Made 1 out of 2 on that trip to the line. 7-4 ang ating score. Jumper. Pass goes to the wrong man. Here comes the Bay Area Dragons. Kobe Lamb sees a lane, misses that shot. Tried to attack. Thought he had it. Here's Stan Hardinger in transition. Brownlee, top of the key. That won't drop for JB. Couple of misses from Rainbow Country na para sa kanya.
About 1 of 6 right now for Justin Brownlee from the field.
Gulat, ano, Coach Jessica, usually very accurate yan. There's Ju from outside, and he hits it on this side of the court. A 6-point swing, bingo, 3-point shot. That's it sa atin ang bingo punch.
He had 25 points in game 2, shot 3 out of 6 from the 3-point area. So you know that the offensive arsenal of this guy is just so complete. He can penetrate and he can shoot from the outside.
Good range.
Yes.
Pero para tumataas bang ang kumpiyansa ni Jushamay as the games get more important.
Correct.
Scotty off target, but an offensive board from Japet to Scotty. It won't drop. Masyadong malakas ang Pectus.
Got the crowd really excited. That's something that Ginebra wants. To get the 6-man in and hopefully rattle itong Bay Area Dragon.
Ju susubok ulit. Too strong. Andrew Nicholson underneath. 3 guys around him, and they might keep the ball. The
They
white
will.
shirts.
Seems that they will. Ginebra has been quiet after hitting 4 early points. Only scoreless in the last 5 minutes, while the Dragons have fired 10 points of their own, mainly to the efforts of Su Songwei, who will get his first rest. And this is one key player for Coach Gorgon, who hit 9 of 11 second unit points for them in that game to win.
Juming Sin.
Right, right.
You know, this guy made his way up dun sa pecking order.
Sa
Bay
rotation,
Area. Sa
oo.
umpisa kasi di nakakalaro yan halos eh. And now he's the first guy off the bench.
Malaking bagay din kasi Coach Ryan yung matchups.
Tama yan.
Parang mirror image ni Su Songwei. Matangkad, mahaba, mabilis, mahusay din.
Kobe Lamb called for a foul. That's his second in this game. That could be big later on. But this timeout now is brought to us by Honda. It's the official motorcycle of the PBA.
Most of the Gin Kings thought and felt they were playing aggressively last game until they watched the tapes. At doon nila nakita how they are steps slower than the Dragons. They were outworked, not focused even sa dami ng kanilang mga miscues on defense and even the lack of recognition on offense. Isa sa mga guilty dyan ay si Scotty Thompson. Pagbabahagi niya, he wasn't getting into good positions para sa rebounding. Pati sa help side ng depensa, hindi siya nakakahabol. But on the brighter side of things, nakita din daw nila kung ano yung mga adjustments ng Bay Area, what they will do to try to win. And again, the good thing about this series is that ngayon, turn naman nila to counter. Gentlemen?
Well, Coach Ronnie, what do you think about that? No, that looking to be more aggressive in this game. They said they were step behind watching the tapes. So far, ano tingin mo sa Ginebra?
That's what they have been trying to do, but they have not been converting those shots. But defensively, they have to be better right now. Good thing for them, wala si Su Songwei ngayon. Dahil siya yung nagpahirap.
Interesse. Come sempre
Dito sa ating game 3.
Right now, Tenorio will take it off the glass. It's off target. And Nicholson is big midst of his gets that rebound.
They're getting good shots. Shots that they can make. Shots that have not fallen yet so far for them.
Ju. Outside to Glenn Yang. 10 on the shot clock. Yang will attack. Kick it over to Ju. And Ju will bang into the defense and get called for an offensive foul. Second time the Bay Area Dragons are guilty of that kind of violation.
Excellent defensive effort by LA Tenorio. You're correct. Second time to sacrifice his body to force a turnover, and LA Tenorio doing fantastic things defensively. But for Barangay Ginebra, they have to generate points. Only 4 points so far. Time down to 1-20 here in the first quarter. And they have not made a basket outside the paint.
Stan Hardinger will try. That's off target as well. Timing sa talon.
This was also the same score count or same score line in Game 2, but in favor of Ginebra.
Yes.
The struggle early on in Game 2 was against the Bay Dragons. Dito naman Ginebra, tingnan natin kung makaka-recover bago matapos itong quarter na ito.
Well, Bay Area up in arms. They felt na last touch ang mga nakapula doon sa play na yun, but Ginebra has it. Hook that goes para kay Christian Stan Hardinger on the turn.
Like say 4-minute scoring drought for the Gin Kings. And again, a basket in the restricted zone for the 8-point scorer in Game 2. That's Christian Stan Hardinger.
Glenn Yang now. Kicks it over. On that drive, reverse. Ang ganda ng tira. Song Janhua.
Of someone who comes off the bench and provide quality minutes for his team. And the reason why there are a lot of penetrations from Bay Area Dragons, it's because of the extended defense of Barangay Ginebra.
Japet attacking the basket. He was blocked. Blankley with the good coverage.
Blankley had 5 blocks against Ginebra in that Game 2 win, remember?
Nice setup for Song. He releases it, pops out. We had the Barangay Ginebra on that play because that was way open. We go back to C-stand. Defense from Nicholson is right there. On the way up, flipped him on the arm, and Andrew's going to get called for foul number 1.
What Stan Hardinger is providing is a lot of energy, a lot of physicality inside. Not just offensively, but he's also attacking the defense of Nicholson. You
Right.
have to be aggressive.
Halos buong game nilalaro.
Old school.
Brownlee to the hoop. The lefty layup. Ayaw pa rin. Taltok palabas. Blankley wanted it up ahead, but Glenn Yang didn't give it up. Under 4 minutes to go in the first. Yang swing to Song. Song this time hesitates. What's he gonna do? He'll go baseline. Wanted to throw it over to Ju, but Scotty Thompson was there. Pringle now with the leathers. Scotty in transition, they lay up. And is that the second foul on Andrew Nicholson?
Right, that's correct. And the relentless attack going to the basket has given Ginebra the dividends that they have been wanting to get. Look at this two-way play coming from Thompson. First a steal on the flip side, and then once again with an attempted incursion that put pressure on Nicholson to give up the shooting foul. Remember, sabi ni Coach Ryan kanina, ilang free throws lang yan, Coach Ryan?
5 free throws in Game 2. They had 19 in Game 1. And the performance of Scotty Thompson, a little dip in terms of his scoring production. 14 in Game 1, 5 out of 9 shooting from the field, and 9 rebounds plus 6 assists. In Game 2, only 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Also shot miserably from the field. So you know that Scotty Thompson is a good barometer for Barangay Ginebra. Pag maganda scoring niya, chances are mananalo itong Barangay.
Pati rebounding, no?
Oo, kasama yan.
That's what really gets him going.
And the crowd going as well, of course.
Sa kanya lang, uminyaw yung crowd kahit rebound lang. Glenn Yang from out there, that's way off. But the big man, napapasok lang. That's just too easy for the Giant.
You cannot give him that shot, meaning an easy basket, off an offensive rebound. This guy is 7'5". Hindi mo mahihinto yan kung ganyan kalapit.
Pero kaya mong atakihin, katulad ng ginawa ni C-Stand. Another hook shot off that glass para rito kay Stan Hardinger.
Looking to replicate the 16-point performance in that Game 1 win.
Look at that tremendous ball pressure by Barangay Ginebra. But that is what you're going to give. If you pressure that far away from the basket, you're susceptible to a lot of incursions. So you've got to make sure that you sustain your defense. Pretty much like that. Help side stance must always be available for Barangay.
Nice drive from Drew, but he was denied upstairs. Malonzo now. That's a miss, and they're going to call a foul against Yu Chuan-Ching. And he can't believe it, neither can Coach Gordon and the rest of the Bay Area coaching staff.
Ginebra only had 6 fast break points in that Game 2 loss. And with them struggling from the field, they're looking to get their game into the open court and probably increase their offensive production, which stands at 9 points at present.
Blanket defense by Barangay Ginebra.
And this prompts a timeout right now with 2:25 remaining in the first. Mga kasulit bahay, join na sa PBA Watch and Win. Answer the sulit trivia question for this game. Which former #1 draft pick who played for the national team before joining the PBA will have a better bounce back game today? Is it A, Japet, or B, Christian Stanhardinger? Scan the QR code now, choose your answer, and you'll have a chance to win a sulit TV box kasi may raffle entry ka na agad once you do that. Mamaya pakikita namin yung update tapos yung final tally niyan. Sino ang mas malaking bounce back? So far, Stan Hardinger has 4 points already in this game.
He's the leading scorer right now for Barangay Ginebra, and that's a player coming off the bench after the starting unit struggled with 4 points in the first 6 minutes of this contest.
Japet's on the bench right now. Jamie Malonzo's at the line para sa 2 free throws. Brian Gurgen, ang coach ng Bay Area, still talking to the 18-year veteran referee dito sa PBA, si Noel Killingen. He's a senior member. 18 years na eh. Diba? Ano na? Majority age na yung kanyang tenure dito sa PBA. Malonzo splits his free throws, gets them to double digits. It's 14-10 in favor of Bay Area. Ito si Zhu. Out to Zhu. Now Glenn Yang. Yang outside to Zhu, quick pass. Hinihingi ni Zhu sa loob, hindi maibigay. 7 to shoot. Yang on the curve. Outside. Quick pass. The 3 is short. Gets his own miss. Fresh 14 for the Dragons. Yang says, I'll try. He can't get it to drop either.
Only 1 out of 9 from the 3-point area for the Bay Area Dragons. So Barangay Ginebra doing a good job. Contesting the outside shots. Missed shot by Justin Browning. Good thing. Stan Hardinger was there for second serving.
8 points in that Game 2 loss, already with 6 points in less than 4 minutes in the first quarter. Suddenly Ginebra only down by 2 points.
Right place, right time si Stan doon.
Right, right.
Dahil na-force na yung midfield dahil malaki. Si Big U.
Oh, back
And
pass.
that's a turnover. Chance to tie up this game, maybe take the lead on a 3. Brownlee, kick to Jamie. Stan Hardinger hits the deck. Scotty tried to go underneath, but that's a losing matchup right there. Laki-laki ng kalaban.
Ano siya, Marlo Aquino kinikili shot, pero tumama lang doon sa ilalim ng rim.
Tipped away by JB.
That's good defense on the part of Brownlee.
Stan sees that line to the hoop. Whoa, just too big. Just too big, this guy. Stan na yun, ha? Ito si Yang. Yang jumper from 15. Can't get in the drop. Then Yang shooting has been off.
Now it is imperative for Ginebra to step on the gas right now. They're still down by 2 points, while Nicholson is on the bench because of 2 fouls. So Zhu will be called for a foul. Stan Hardinger doing a good job, using his body, using his maturity and experience, and taking advantage of how the game is supposed to be called here. He was trying to position himself underneath the basket and sealing Zhu. And as a result, nakakuha pa siya ng isang foul.
Ginebra will once again be going to the line for 2 free throws, something we did not see happen for Ginebra in that game 2 loss, wherein they only shot 5 times at the line
correct.
in
Right.
48 minutes.
And only making 3. So now there is a focused and determined action as part of the offensive attack by Barangay Ginebra to go to the line. But did you see that? Did somebody move the goal? Ang layo.
Board lang tinamaan doon sa unang
Far
attempt.
left, yes. He has to make adjustments if he wants to make sure that he gets a lot of mileage from the free throw line. He has to make his free throws. At one point, only a 35% shooter from the free throw line. Making it on his second attempt for a 50% clip for Stan Hardinger.
Has scored over 50% of their total points as Nicholson announces his re-entry with a nice press break conversion against Ginebra's zone press.
Bilis na sagot ng Bay Area after
Handa
that
sila.
free throw. Yep. Here's Jeremiah Gray, the rookie. He's in the game right now. Passes it over to Malonzo. His best buddy on that squad. And Malonzo knocks down the three-pointer. Ties it up at 16.
Had 2 3-point baskets for a total of 10 points in that game to win. The only local to score in double figures for Ginebra in that 80-plus performance versus the White Shirts.
A shot time. Kobe Lamb rises. Can't get it to go. Malonzo the rebound. And we're going to end where we started. It's all tied up at 16 at the end of the first 12 minutes na ating Game 3 labanan dito sa PBA Finals Wednesday from the MOA Arena.
Sama-sama tayo, manlalaro ang apisyonado. Yung tayo dito, everybody let's go. This cup level up, here we go. Yung tayo dito, everybody let's go. This cup level up,
Brian Gordon made sure to remind his players of the things that they should and should not be doing. Pointing to Ju Ming-shin, telling him to stop dribbling too much, to Glenn Yang that he should be cutting more, and to Big Liu to go for those pick and rolls. He settles his players down by telling them they are doing good. They just have to zone out the noise and focus on their movements, what they've been practicing with and without the ball, gentlemen.
Well, the Bay Area Dragons, thanks Apple, have shown an ability to rise above, you know, the crowd and whatever hostility the opposite team has against them. This is a best of 7 in 50 of 78 teams which won Game 3 after a 1-all tie went on to win the series. So the percentages will be in favor of whoever wins today. But of course, that's all just theoretical, Coach Ryan.
Those things don't matter.
Back to the action, second quarter na tayo. Nicholson bumato sa tres. They gave him that much space and he make you pay.
I believe that's the first 3-point basket, no? Coach Ryan, tama ba?
They only shot 1 out of 10 from the
1 of
three-point
10.
area in the first quarter. And Nicholson, his first attempt at the start of the second quarter, pumasok agad, hitting nothing but the bottom of the net.
So the lead back with the Dragons. Malonzo atake. Stan Hardinger, the jump shot 17. Pasok. Double team hits diba? Sa Stan o 9?
9
9
points.
points are correct. And
That is kasi ng free throw.
And that is surely going to help the offense of Barangay Ginebra. Stan Hardinger making a perimeter jumper.
Wow.
Ju spins around. Whoa! Would have been a great highlight shot kung pumasok yun. Kinaliwan is Ju Sungwei. Instead it misses. Jamie in transition. 3 is too strong. Nicholson, the easy rebound on the floor right now for Bay Area. Nicholson and Ju and Lamb have 2 fouls apiece. Something to note. As Glenn Yang goes there, somebody tapped the backboard. It was shaking. They might review that one on that play.
But what you're going to see here for Bay Area Dragons is a lot of penetrations because they're having an issue with the tremendous ball pressure by Barangay Ginebra. And what is nice is your Barangay Ginebra, you're doing a lot of ball pressure, but when somebody penetrates, you're always there to provide help side stand. So fantastic team concept on defense by Ginebra.
Right now, Nicholson will step back
Wow.
and try a 3. Oh, that's way off for Andrew Nicholson. Stan Hardinger right in his face, Coach.
Oh, the important thing is, you know, that every time he takes that shot, he should not be given space. A hand must always be in front of him. Contest it and just force him to take a contested jumper.
Well, looking at the re-entry of Justin Brown, he did not get any breather in the first 3 quarters, I believe, in that Game 2 loss. Dito, pinahinga ng maaga at binalik ng maaga ni Coach Steve Coe.
At agad umatake, ngunit hindi pumasok ang kanyang hook shot in the lane. Kobe Lamb in transition outside the blanket. Quick ball movement mula sa Dragons. May baseline drive si Glenn. Lamb, swing to Hayden. 3 was in and out. Gray may tangan ng bola. Iniwan para kay Jamie. Balik kay Jeremiah. Stan Hardinger will spin. And get another hook to go. He's in double digits.
And he's taking advantage because Nicholson was called for his second foul in the first quarter. So Stan Hardinger's goal is to get his third here in the first half.
He has made at least 60% of his attempts from the field. He has eclipsed his 8-point performance in Game 1. Close to that 16-point output he registered in Game 1. 8 points pala dun sa Game 2 na pagkatalo.
Ay Brownlee ulit. Lamang ng Ginebra. Chance to build on this one. Gray hesitates on the 3. Brings it a bit closer. Jumper pops out.
Wala masyadong offensive rebounds dito para sa Ginebra, no? Dito so far.
Ju, quick pass to Nicholson. Layup goes. The guy with the big hands can control that leather.
Stan Hardinger is doing a good job denying that entry pass, but as soon as the backdoor is done, the help side defender must be there available because Andrew Nicholson is a high IQ player. He knows exactly how to manufacture baskets.
Pringle in the paint. Stanley gets the layup to go. Pero yung mga entry pass, no, Coach Ryan, pag pumunta kay Andrew Nicholson, they have to be really quick. Diba?
Yes.
Kasi ganun yung dalawa, yung dunk na kanina at saka yung layup na yun.
A lot of touch passes and a lot of quick thinking by the guards or whoever is the one designated to make the entry pass.
Blankley being harassed by Gray. Outside to shoot. 6 to shoot. Zhu with a tap. Spin. Ball's on the floor. What's he gonna do? He's gonna lose it. Pringle. Here's Malonzo. Stanley's in trouble. Goes outside to Jamie. Bit of a push. And they're gonna call a foul on the white shirts. Probably on Blankley. Let's watch this move. A nice spin from Stan Hardinger. Gets it off the glass. That was our next level move brought to us by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA.
Once again, points off the bench, very important for Ginebra. Only had 9 in that game 2 loss. Here, I believe they already have a total of 14 or 15 points off the bench. That's 15 of their 22 points coming from their second unit, led by the 11 of Christian Stan Hardinger. And of course, that 4-point output contributed by Jamie Malonzo.
They're checking on Hayden Blankley. Nagumuba ng konti. Looks like they're able to stop it. Back on the floor. Sherwin Pineda will check it. When he tells him, no, you gotta stop that. They might need to substitute him. Tama ba? Even if they don't want to. As referee Sherwin Pineda clarifies with Cholo Villanueva.
Parang pinapapalitan yung jersey kung merong blood dun sa jersey.
Here's Coach Cholo. He's been in the news lately about some possible coaching positions. And the little guy, Scotty Ewing, is in the game. He's a fan favorite, crowd favorite. Si Scotty Onyango Ewing. He's just about 5. He's just 5'9". I'll say that's generous. He's about 5'7".
Parang napangiti si Coach Ryan.
Eh, pag nakakasalubong ko to, eye to eye kami. Eh, baka 5'6" lang to.
Oo nga. Na 5'9" yung listing coach. Sabi ko, no way, man.
Yan ang una niyang binanggit sa akin nung nagkita kami doon sa game 2 eh. Nakita mo na ba? Sabi ko, o nga no.
The miss from the line, Barangay Ginebra. No, this guy, Scotty Ewing, has an outside shot. But he has not been used much throughout this conference.
Jamie Malonzo, as good as he is, there's still an area of improvement in his game, and that is free throw shooting. He likes to go inside. Of course, he's a reliable shooting from downtown, but for much of the time, especially in fast break situations, he's going to attack strong. He's going to go for his highlight reels, and he's going to get fouled. He has to be better than 63% from the line. 1 out of 4 for just 25% for Jamie in this game.
Alam na, pagdikdikan na ganito yung laro, no? Yung ganito ka-close, those free throws
Oh,
will
yes.
be important at the end. Yang. Kick to Ewing. Balik kay Glenn, 3 to shoot. What's Yang gonna do? He'll attack the hoop. Layup goes for Glenn Yang.
Glenn Yang using a lot of a window of opportunity for him to attack the rim and help side stance. Use something that Barangay Ginebra was so proud of in the first quarter, absent in that defensive possession play.
Ayan na naman si Stan Hardinger. Right place, right time. Abang-abang lang sa ilalim. Another putback from him.
And you love the energy of Stan Hardinger. His activity is posing a lot of problems into kay Nicol. Ginebra out-rebounded Bay Area Dragons by 23. That is 58 to 35. But somebody has to defend Shu. It cannot just be wishing and hoping that he misses that shot.
Bingo yon, 3-point shot brought to us by Bingo Plus. That's the second 3-pointer for Ju Sung Wei in this game, and they force the turnover. Scotty's got the ball. He'll pull it back. Wanted to get it to Glenn Yang, tipped away by Malonzo right in front of Coach Al Francis Chua.
And so far, Christian Stan Hardinger has won his personal battle here in game 3 against Drew Nicholson, has outscored Drew Nicholson, has outplayed Nicholson so far in the minutes that he has been on the floor here in game 3.
Timeout is called by Bay Area. They're up by 2. This is brought to us by Honda, official motorcycle ng PBA. Well, in the house, a former, not just a former PBA player, former PBA MVP, 1977 MVP, Freddy Hubalde. Pag sinabing bank shot, Coach Ronnie, Freddy Hubalde.
Lista mo na.
Di ba?
Lista mo na. Of course, very proud si Dr. Cynthia Hubalde seeing her husband once again dito sa isa sa mga team sa pinaglaruan ng ating idolong si Freddy Hubalde. We take a look at the numbers so far of Christian Stan Hardinger. In Game 2, 8 and 9. Not enough. They lost that game badly. Here in Game 3, rebound performance, 13 points, multiple rebounds. Very good matchup against Drew Nicholson here in Game 3.
But the ball is with Bay Area. With 6 and 15 to go, Glenn Yang, who just scored a layup a few plays ago, will take a jumper. And you see the confidence can go up. The moment you make one basket, pwedeng sunod-sunod na yan.
And the other thing that he's really reading the defense so well, there was a switch, so he knows that Stan Hardinger will be guarding his penetration. A little space was enough for him to launch this perimeter jumper for his 4th straight point here in the second.
Jeremiah Gray. Pumunta kay Brownlee, layo na kanyang tres. Way off target. White left na naman.
But what about Ewing? Locking out itong sa Christian Stan Hardinger. Something that Drew Nicholson has had a hard time doing so far in their matchup. Marami na contribute itong si Ewing para sa Bay Dragons.
Waiting in the corner. He gets it. He'll take it. That's blocked. Naabutan si Jeremiah Gray.
Inabot.
Oh.
Sa ilalim, Malonzo throws that one. 2-on-2 ang labanan, but Yang is ahead of the pack. Glenn Yang has 6 points all here in the second period.
And better defense for the Dragons, forcing a lot of turnovers, not a lot of fast break opportunities for them. But what you see is Barangay Ginebra having a hard time executing their offense because of the ball pressure of the Dragons.
Kay Brownlee. That's the third foul on Ju Song Wei. As referee Mike Flor-Deliza blew his whistle. And pangatlo na yan kay Ju.
And that is going to be an important development if you're rooting for Barangay Ginebra. If there is one guy, and Brownlee acknowledges it, he's having a hard time scoring against Ju because Ju has the length, he has the height, and he has the quickness to go side to side and go east-west on defense. Pero pag na-foul trouble yan, it's gonna be easier access for JB, but they have to shoot better from the free throw line. Only 3 out of 9 from the free throw area for the Gin Kings in today's ballgame.
So far, only 2 points scored by Justin Brownlee, coming off a 32-point game in that Game 2 loss, also exploding for 28 in that Game 1 win, has already scored 60 points.
And 1 out of 9 from the field, Coach Ronnie.
Nakakapagtaka, no? Pero mabuti nang may bala ka pa sa huli kaysa maubusan ka. At yan ang tangka ngayon ni Justin Brownlee as he hit that second free throw to cut the lead ng Bay Dragons to 5 points.
Parang halos walang nakaka 2 for 2 sa panig ng Ginebra as far as free throws are concerned. And now Scotty Ewing, you know, he got blocked the last time out, but he hoisted this one, knocked it down. It's an 8-point lead for the Bay Area Dragons, biggest lead of the game for either team. Timeout, Barangay Ginebra.
Sama-sama tayo, manlalaro, apisyonado. Yung tayo dito, everybody let's go. This cup level up, here we go. Game na game tayo dito, everybody let's go. This cup level up, here we go. Game tayo dito. Game. PBA.
check it out. On the first row, we've got Mr. Ricky Vargas, of course, Commissioner Willie Marshall, and one of the top gaming influencers, si Nasser Ignacio, also known as Ako si Doggy, with almost 8 million social media followers na naglalaro sa napapalapit na PBA esports. So, ayos yan. And they're enjoying this game so far, an 8-point lead for the Bay Area Dragons.
A quick shout out to my friend Dr. Rafi Bihar also is in the house.
Ayan. Among the thousands who are in the Mall of Asia Arena, kwentuhan si Nicholson at si Stan Hardinger. Okay, mga kasulit bahay, join na PBA Watch and Win. Answer this trivia question. Which former #1 draft pick who played for the national team before joining this league will have a better bounce back game today? Aguilar or Stan Hardinger, A or B? You scan the QR code, choose your answer. You might get a chance to win a suited TV box. And while I was telling you about all of that, Kobe Lamb stretches the lead to 10 points.
Disappointing timeout for Coach Tim Cone. Ewing just hit a three-pointer because there was a missed coverage of the handoff pass, giving him an opening to shoot his three. And doon naman sa inbounds itong Barangay Hinarap, a turnover right away. Another 2 points for Bay Area Dragons. This is the biggest lead for the Dragons in this game.
Offensive rebound, however, para sa Ginebra. Chance to bring the lead down to single digits if they can score. Stan the man. Wow, that's short from Stanley Pringle.
Oh, Pringle could not get his game going here in this series. Only 3.5 points per ball game.
Yang almost lost it, and he does. He stepped on the line. Eagle eyes from referee Noel Killingin.
Barangay Ginebra, miserable from the field. Only 9 out of 25 from the 2-point range. That is just 36%. They're even worse from the 3-point area. 1 out of 7 for 14%. Free throw shooting, 40%, 4 out of 10. Stan Pringle also could not get his offensive game going, playing limited minutes here in the second quarter and given a rest by Coach Tim Cone.
So Jian White back in the game. That is under Glenn Yang outside of Bay Area. Stan Hardinger has to put it up, throw it to Scotty, who swings it to JB, jumper up. Still off, and Nicholson another easy rebound. Nothing comes easy when Bay Area is playing against you. Nicholson loose as the defender. Can't hit the three. Tenorio out rebounds Ewing. And it's rarely going to happen that Tenorio's got a couple of inches over the guy he's boxing out. Tenorio in the lane. Basket is good.
And that is the right thing to do. You just don't depend on Justin Brownlee because he's not shooting his normal mark from the field. Only 1 out of 10. So Tenorio really must to make his presence felt on offense.
A total of 3 points so far for Justin Brownlee, 1 field goal and 1 free throw. Earlier, this was this nice kick-out pass and a close-out counter coming from the general LA Tenorio, but he gives up a foul on the return play. With his team down by 8 at this stage, with under 3 minutes left here in the first half.
May hold pa nga doon si Song Janwa. Could have been the 3-point play for LA Tenorio on that play. Kobe. Blankly from 3. That's off. And Tenorio another rebound. Back-to-back para sa kanya.
Swerte pa itong Ginebra. Hindi tumatama itong si Blankley. 0 out of 9 si Blankley noong game 1. And in the elimination round, he was actually good for 44% from deep.
There was a game he made 10.
Yes, 10 out of 13.
Had 47 in that game.
Yes.
Rebound Kobe Lamb. Another miss from outside for Barangay Ginebra. 2:20 to go in the first half. Song, quick pass sana. Natapik, pero they get it back. Ewing. Akala ko makakaulit. Scotty Ewing.
Nakaisa na to eh.
Tenorio to Scotty. Quick swing to the other side. JB! That's a 3.
First 3-point basket. First field goal in the second quarter. Total of 6, and just like that, after being behind by 10, they're only down by 5 points.
Nahati na yung lamang. Stan Hardinger trying to slap that ball away, but he got a big chunk of Andrew Nicholson's arm. And kita-kita ng referee who was right there when that happened. Watch this first. How many times have we seen him do this? Remember, he's #1 in 3-point shots by an important PBA history.
And what is important, for a shooter is you have to have a short memory, and Coach Ronnie knows this. Even if he was just good 1 out of 10 from the field, the next basket, ang feeling mo dyan parating, you're gonna make it.
Song, nilapit ng konti, bitin. Blindly is there, rising above everyone else para tapigin yun paloob.
He's the lone guy wearing the white jersey in that play, but because of his elevation, he was able to fabricate 2 points for his team.
Hasselman din yan si Hayden Blankley. Likes to pick up those loose balls. 5 to shoot. Scotty, good defense from Kobe. The baseline drive. Shoved him away, says the baseline referee. It's going to be an offensive foul on Thompson.
It was a right call to make for referee Noel Kilingen. Look at the extension of the right arm of Scotty Thompson. A little acting job on the part of the Lamb, but that was obviously part of basketball defense. Sell it!
Right. At pag binili,
Oh, advantage.
ayos. Oh, taken away. Ngayon na naman, yung passing lanes, nakuha na naman ng Ginebra. Can they finish? And Blankley's gonna get called for the foul.
That'll be second easy call to make. They committed the turnover. Chance for the Ginebra Gin Kings to get to the fast break lanes. You mentioned earlier they only had 6 points from the fast break in that game 2 loss.
Sinusubukan ni Payong defense, pero
Nakahatak sa bewang.
Pero Coach Ronnie, di ba minsan, you'd rather na earn it from the line, Mr. Brownlee, rather than get the easy layup. Baka makainuwan pa.
Tama.
Japet coming back in. Upo muna si Stan Hardinger.
Was played really well here in game number 3. 13 of the 31 points coming from Stan Hardinger, and that's a lot. Kasi wala talagang makuhang puntos kanina, lalong-lalo na sa perimeter scoring ang Barangay Ginebra.
Second free throw is a miss, so we've been saying it. It's either 0 for 2 or 1 out of 2 most of the time. If not, halos natin, wala pa yata nga 2 for 2 para sa Barangay
Kung
Ginebra.
hindi, lamang na sana sila, no?
Under 40 seconds to go. Scotty took it away. Kobe Lamb tapped it, but Brownlee, he gets the crowd to scream out on the jam.
Wow. This was 35-25 earlier. This is an 8-2 surge generated by the ball pressure of Barangay Ginebra.
Almost another turnover, but only 10 seconds to manufacture a basket. Completed steal once again for Barangay, and they're running.
And Japet Aguilar finishes on the fast break to bring the lead down to just 2.
Your Barangay Ginebra, you like the electricity inside the stadium. 97% at least are rooting for you. And now you gotta see that Barangay is playing Ginebra basketball here in the closing minutes of the second quarter.
They're screaming, they're chanting Ginebra here inside the Mall of Asia Arena. Natapik na, naka-recover, Brownlee finishes. And the thing is, Scotty Thompson, from the first time naglaro itong dalawang team sa elimination, seems to have the number of Kobe na. Inagawan niya 2 beses yan sa Prince Sports Arena. You know, but so ngayon parang alam niya na kaya niya agawan to si Kobe na.
We saw that early. Nagiging issue talaga yung ball pressure ng Barangay Ginebra. Nahihirapan mag-execute itong Bay Area Dragons. Kaya ang coaching ni Coach Gurjan is instead of putting the ball down and dribbling too much, make the pass so that they can execute their offense. Unfortunately, in the last 2 possessions, dribbling made them lose the leather, which allowed Barangay Ginebra to score 4 straight points. And now Ginebra is only down by 2.
It's also a ton of difference when it's Glenn Young setting the table for the Bay Dragons. And that's why he's back here. And hopefully the last possession for the Bay Dragons here in the second quarter.
Just 12.8 to go para makahuling hirit. Song Jianhua, now it's Glenn Yang, as Coach Ronnie mentioned. He'll get it over the timeline. No! Throws it away. Baka makahuling hirit pa itong Ginebra. Tenorio couldn't hit it. And that's probably not going to count. But great effort from Aljon Mariano. Siyempre, i-review ng ating mga referees yan, but looked like it came after the red light had already gone on. But of course, it's not for us to say.
But whatever
No
you
basket.
say, yes, that is official now. No basket for Aljon Mariano. But still, an incredible fight back by Barangay Ginebra. Coach Ronnie pointed it. The biggest margin was 35 to 25. And an incredible 10 to 2 run for Barangay Ginebra towards this last few minutes of the second quarter. And our score is 37 Bay Area and 35 for the Gin Kings.
Nagliliyap na meaning eh. PBA. Sama-sama tayo, maglalaro aficionado. Game tayo dito. Everybody let's go. This cup level up. Here we go. Game na game tayo dito. Everybody let's go. This cup level up. Here we go. Game tayo dito. This cup level up. Here we go. Game tayo dito. Di uurong sugod lang ng sugod. Liga ng ating bandila. Di makikibabag mag-iba man ang dikta nitong dikta. Game tayo dito. Everybody let's go. This cup level up. Here we go. Game na game tayo dito. Everybody let's go. This cup level up. Here we go. Game tayo dito. This cup level up. Here we go. Game tayo dito. This cup level up. Here we go. Game tayo dito. Mapamiss ko Mickey na. Nagliliyap na meaning eh. PBA. Sama-sama tayo, maglalaro aficionado. Game tayo dito. Tayo, maglalaro aficionado. Game tayo dito. Everybody let's go. This cup level up. Here we go. Game
Make some noise for the power dance duo of Sheriff or Boy and Pet Sing Girl.
This party, dance everybody, make it hot in this party. Don't stop, move your body. Rock this party, dance everybody, make it hot in this party.
Yo, this is
Cherry or Boy.
thing, 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 thing.
tayo dito. Everybody let's go. This cup
You just witnessed the amazing dance number from Cherry for Boy and Ped Zinc Girl from the Mall of Asia Arena. You are still watching Game 3 of the PBA Finals between Bay Area and Ginebra. And after 2 quarters, dalawa lang po ang kalamangan ng Dragons. 37-35 is our score. In the meantime, mga kasulit, bahay, abangan ang mga trivia questions namin every first half of this game only. Then scan the QR code of the question para makaipon ng raffle entries for a chance to win a sulit box every PBA game. Only 18 years old and above lamang po ang qualified to register and join our trivia game. And each user can win up to 2 raffle entries per game and can only win once per game. Winners will be drawn every Saturday and announced every Sunday. Kaya naman abangan nyo ang tawag ni Ate Nora ng TV5. Ano pang hinihintay nyo? Keep watching the PBA at sumali sa PBA Watch and Win, brought to you by Sulit TV. Sulit sa linaw, sulit sa bulsa, sulit sa pagpipilian. And good news to all our fans because you can buy your Sulit TV for only 780 pesos at authorized dealers near you. You can call or text 4681-8555 or 0919-160-2044, or you can check out Lazada and Shopee.
Ang buffet, sinusulit. Ang libreng sakay, sinusulit. Ang bakasyon, sinusulit. Pati ang panonood ng TV, sulit na sulit. Sulitin ang viewing experience with your Sulit TV. Sulit sa bulsa, one-time payment lang ng 780 pesos at walang monthly fee. Sulit sa linaw, garantisadong magandang quality ng mga palabas. At sulit sa pagpipilian, maraming channels ang mapapanood.
Sa ibang balita, na specials, kaya don't miss! It's amazing!
Manood ng paulit-ulit gamit ang Sulit TV. Mga kasulit bahay. Bili na ng Sulit TV. Powered by TV5.
Isang maligayang bagong taon sa ating lahat mga ka-PBA. Nandito tayo sa labas ng Mall of Asia Arena para sa finals ng Barangay Ginebra versus Bay Area Dragons at nakikita ang nag-uumapaw na suporta ng lahat ng tao na kanina pa dito nakapila. Pero bago natin balikan ang kaganapan on the court, silipin muna natin ang New Year celebrations ng Kings and Dragons.
We celebrated in BGC near the Shangri-La. Most of the team was together, and we saw all the fireworks and a lot of people outside. So it was fun. It was good. We stuck together. It was like a family night.
It was fun. It's like the first time in a few years I've actually celebrated New Year's. We did the countdown and watched the fireworks.
Celebrated New Year with, of course, with my teammates kasi we had practice. But yung sa gabi, I celebrated with the family na. So, short and sweet, syempre, kasi we had practice also the next day. It's a different New Year. Masaya pa rin, pero it's a different New Year kasi we really have to focus on the finals pa rin. Pero most important thing is, yun nga, kasama yung pamilya at saka ibang friends sumunod din sa bahay after New Year.
Nag-celebrate ako ng New Year together with my family back home sa Davao. So, medyo umuwi ako. Luckily, nung pagbalik ko dito, hindi na-delay yung flight ko kasi 31 night na sa Davao ako. Morning yung flight ko and then sa January 1 morning naman, flight back to Manila.
May nakita akong parang TikTok dance.
Yeah, oo, kasama ko sila doon.
Sino nag-isip nun?
Yung mga pinsan ko, yung mga kapatid ko. So, yun, pinagbigyan ko na lang.
Pwede kang dancer.
Welcome back to the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals, game number 3. Bay Area Dragons leads Barangay Ginebra 37-35 here at the break. Alders are here joined by Coach Ryan Gregorio. So let's go deep into the X's and O's and figure out what's happening here. Coach Ryan, very grinded out game. We expected that a bit, but one player has been standing out for Barangay Ginebra in particular. Itong si Christian San Hardinger, the only player in double-digit figures for Barangay Ginebra in terms of scoring. What has he been doing?
13 big points and a 6 out of 9 shooting from the field. And what to like about him is not just playing bruising defensive effort against Nicholson. He's also attacking Nicholson's defense by going strong to the basket. He came off the bench and tremendous mileage from Stan Hardinger. Let's take a look at this one. You know, at this point, the offensive options are scouted. So what you want to happen is if there is a broken play, you attack the defense right away. Two things that Stan Hardinger was able to do: score on a high percentage, and the other one, he got Nicholson in foul trouble. Something that they've been pounding on, something that they want to take advantage of, and Stan Hardinger, easily the best player for Barangay Ginebra in the first 2 quarters.
Well, nakita natin yung aggressiveness ni Christian San Hardinger attacking the paint. Coach, can you draw that up here on the board for us?
It's a simple play wherein you see Jeremiah Gray just dribbling the ball all the way to the corner. A quick pass to Jamie Malonzo, and Jamie Malonzo, quick reversal to Stan Hardinger. Notice the way the other guys are defending, Stan Pringle and Justin Brownlee. And this was the cue for Stan Hardinger to attack the defense of Nicholson. And you know that if he penetrates, he drops his left shoulder, he goes to his right, and more often than not, he's gonna make that shot if it's that near. And you're gonna see it a lot of times. Stan Hardinger taking advantage of his strength, his quickness, and the foul trouble of Nicholson. Because what you want to happen is Nicholson also plays defense so that he will lose his stamina playing his offense on the other side as well.
So let's take a look at the replay once again, Coach. At syempre, just looking at Christian San Hardinger, in fact, delayed niya yung takbo niya dito. Able to really catch the defense sleeping here. And Barangay Ginebra finding a way to score, courtesy of Christian San Hardinger. Again, pounding it inside, finding a way to go in. And Coach, look at the points in the paint, 22-20 in favor of Bay Area. But then that is something that Barangay Ginebra needed to improve on based on their last game. Medyo, the shooting for both teams not doing very well here, Coach. You have Barangay Ginebra shooting at 34%, itong Bay Area at 40%. It has been a defensive battle so far.
Both these teams really stepped up their defensive effort. A lot of ball pressure, a lot of forced turnovers. Itong Bay Area Dragons was able to jump to a 10-point advantage at 35-25 in the closing minutes of the second quarter. But the endlessly spirit, pretty much alive. They closed the gap 37-25 on a 10-2 run, courtesy of their tremendous defense, ball stops, and fast break attack on the other side.
Well, let's see if the offense for both these teams can step up here in the third and fourth quarter when we return quarter number 3 between Barangay Ginebra and the Bay Area Dragons.
We've got a tight one going on here at the Mall of Asia Arena. 37-35, just a 2-point lead in favor of the Bay Area Dragons here in game number 3 ng ating best of 7. Let's check out the performances ng ating mga reinforcements, Coach Ron.
Early scoring surge for Drew Nicholson. Has been very active, also been very consistent from the three-point line, and early on, he already had 9 points versus only 2 points for Justin Brownlee. But in the second quarter, especially in the last few minutes, when they were down by 10, suddenly Brownlee found the range. How? Through their defense. This is exactly what was an illustration on how they got those late points in the second quarter to diffuse a double-digit deficit and head into the third quarter only behind by a one-possession deficit.
Well, that's a great matchup, of course, itong dalawa. And we look at these halftime statistics right now brought to us by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Let's break it down, Coach Ronnie.
Defense is the name of the game in the first 24 minutes. 2 under 20-point quarters for Ginebra, 1 quarter of up 20 for the Bay Dragons. But one thing is certain, very important fight back for Ginebra, anchored on their investment in terms of tremendous on-the-ball pressure. And as a result, they pushed Bay Area to take 20 of their 40 attempts from the three-point line, thereby protecting that restricted zone so well and disallowing Bay Area from building a bigger lead. Dahil tandaan natin sa Game 2, doon sa second quarter, it was a second quarter breakaway that enabled Bay Area to protect a good lead heading to the last 2 quarters. Bench scoring has been critical, led by the 13 of the 35 points coming from Christian Stanhardinger, aided by the extra 4 points contributed likewise by Jamie Malonzo. 16 points in the first 12 minutes, only a total of 9 points in the first 6 minutes of, or rather first 8 minutes of the second quarter before exploding to close out the quarter with a nice surge and just head into the third quarter only behind by a hairline deficit.
Wala pa nakakapasok sa double digits sa panig ng Bay Area. Just 9 points for Andrew Nicholson and Ju Song-wei. And we're about to start. Sabi nga natin, the percentages of the Game 3 winner after a 1-1 tie are big, no, to win the rest of the series, to win the series at the end. So this is a crucial game. I think no matter how you look at it, regardless of that percentage, Manalo rito goes ahead 2-1. Brings you a step closer to the crown.
Saka, attorney, wala ka ng pahinga. This is the best break that you can get. And something that is rarely seen in the best of 7 series. Kasi 5 araw yung in-between games, di ba? After nito, they play Friday and they play Sunday again, meaning the team that wins today can win the crown if they sweep the next 3 games, including this matchup.
Ganun katindi itong matchup na ito, no? As we see the Honda PBA Commissioner's Cup brought to us by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. As of the fans in the crowd, pati mga player ng ibang team nanonood dito. Sa katabi natin ngayon, JV Mocon. Kasama natin, nanonood, watching eagerly to see what will transpire as Ju kicks it out to Blankly. And Blankly knocks down a 3-pointer to start quarter number 3.
And you don't want to leave this guy wide open. You know that he loses with so much confidence. Give him an open look. It's just a matter of time for him to hit the bottom of the net.
Balik sa lamang. Bay, JB out to Thompson. Sasagutin sana, inilapit ng Bagya. Abandang tira. Chance for a 3-point play pa yan. Blankly acknowledges it.
That will be the 3rd personal foul against Nicholson. Let's see this penetration of Scotty Thompson. Yes, it was the right call. Nicholson, instead of offering his body or sacrificing his body with a defensive stance, he turned his back. And that is why he was called for a blocking foul. Si L.A. Tenorio yan, charging yan. Kanina, 2 beses na.
Diba inaako ni Blankly? Ako foul, ako foul.
That's not gonna happen. Yes, ang layo niya sa play. Pangatlo na eh. Kaya umiiwas talaga na si Nicholson ang matawagan.
That's why he asked for the ball, because he wants to do something while he's still in there bago siya palitan with 2 points in return for Nicholson.
And that's what's gonna happen if you gamble and you did not win that gamble. Yun ang ginawa ni Stan Hardinger. A wide open penetration for Nicholson. May 2 nag-help, but it was simply too late.
Thompson baseline goes to Brownlee. Outside of Stan Hardinger with an outstanding first half. Puhok shot. Pasok na naman. 15 puntos na para sa number 34.
Gonna be amazed at the very high field goal clip of Stan Hardinger. Everything that he has touched has turned into gold so far. 15 of their 39 points coming from the Christian.
And 7 out of 10 from the field.
Grabe, no? 70%.
But a three-point shot becoming a comfortable shot for the Bay Area Dragons. It is part of their efficient engine. It is not just interior points, but once they shoot consistently from the outside, and that is the reason why they average close to 110 points per ball game in the elimination round with a high of 147 if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
John Hardinger, spin move under the shot. Hindi pumasok yan. 2 minutes into the third quarter, Blankley had to pick it up. Goes to Nicholson. Nicholson on the move. He'll fade. He'll make it. Degree of difficulty on that shot was pretty high, Coach Ryan.
Just a legitimate NBA talent, and you can see the determination, the focus. It's not arguing anything from the referees. He's just playing basketball, and he is just simply so good at it.
This timeout is brought to us by Honda. It's the official motorcycle of the PBA.
Mabangis kumikina, nagliliyap na meaning na. PBA, sama-sama tayo, manlalaro at apisyonado. Game tayo dito, everybody let's go. This cup level up, here we go. Game na game tayo dito, everybody let's go. This cup level up, here we go. Game tayo dito. This cup level up, here we go. Game tayo dito.
Kung kanina nandyan si Freddy Hubalde in the crowd na dating na Ginebra. Ito naman isang mainstay ng Ginebra talaga. Won their first championship with the team in '86. He was on that squad with Billy Ray Bates and Michael Hackett and the rest of that powerhouse team. That's Chito Loizaga, the dynamite, guys.
Oo.
Teammate ni Paparone yan sa 1990 Beijing Asian Games.
Tapos teammate ko naman si the bank shot master, Freddy Ubalde sa Shell.
That's right.
Team Lex noong 1988 or 1989. Alam mo na kung ano ibig sabihin.
Mas bata ka sa kanila. Okay lang yun.
Very proud to be teammates with Chito Loizaga for San Freddy Ubalde.
Nothing coming out of that timeout for Barangay Ginebra. Zhu Xiongwei atake bitin ng kanyang tira. Scotty gets it. Brownlee, layup bitin. Try again. Stifled by Blankley, but he keeps fighting for it and finally gets it to go.
Only 2 points in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter. And with this third quarter surge by the white shirts, Brownlee has to work even harder.
Kobe Lamb, 3. That's the third three-pointer for Bay Area. Here in this period, Bingo, 3-point shot brought to us by Bingo Plus.
Only his 5th point, but you know this guy can wax hot. He had a 25-point performance in a closeout game in the semifinals against San Miguel, so he also must be guarded.
Oh, a reach in from Zhu Xiongwei. That's his third. Fourth? Third battle.
That's his fourth.
That's his
Yes.
fourth, rather. Okay. Lost count.
Saka ano kumbaga, sayang na foul talaga.
Oo nga
Hindi umangal
Sumundot sa likod
Yes.
Oo.
So kanina nakita natin yung putback ni Brownlee, tapos yung 3-point shot naman ni Kobe Lamb. Kaya lamang itong Bay Area Dragons by 9 points.
Aljon sumubok. Mintis ang 3-point attempt. Kobe Lamb dumukot ng rebound. Ito na naman ang Bay Area Dragons. Glenn Yang goes to Zhu. He's another one who feels he might be substituted soon.
Oh.
Is that his fifth? That's his fifth, and that's big.
And that's the biggest contribution of Aljon Mariano so far, Coach Ryan.
Yes, forcing
Tama,
Zhu
diba?
to get his fifth foul. And it was obvious. He lowered his right shoulder. And Aljon Mariano was there to defend it the right way, forcing a turnover. And this will be critical for Bay Area Dragons.
Yes.
Their best, or their second best scorer after Nicholson, Zhu, will have to sit down for majority of the third quarter and probably even the early part of the fourth quarter because of 5 personal fouls.
And you know, of course, the silliness now of his reaching foul in the other play prior to this one. But look at that. Sasabihin ni L.A. Tenorio, assist yun, pasa yun para kay Scotty Thompson.
Scotty Thompson below 10 points in that game 2 loss. Thompson right now with a total of 7, playing off the ball and scoring for Ginebra.
Glenn Yang, another 3. Umuulan ng 3 sa banig ng Bay PAD.
And for some players, it is just totally disrespectful if there is a ball screen and you go under. Sometimes it is just about pride, and Yang wanted L.A. Tenorio to pay for defending him like that.
Now Scotty will try to answer. Kicks it to Tenorio. Tenorio in the lane, off target. Nicholson the board. Kobe Lamb sees red in front of him. Inantay ang kanyang mga kampi. Tapos biglang atake. And the layup goes for Kobe Lamb. Hesi resulting in a layup.
Just a change of pace, as if he was going to stop and execute their offense. And a quick crossover. But first, this three-pointer by Glenn Yang, sensing that L.A. Tenorio went under the screen. It was his time to shoot from the outside. And that quick change of pace, quick change of direction for an easy winner for Kobe Lamb.
So napatawag ng timeout ang Barangay Ginebra sapagkat it's the biggest lead of the game, 55-43. 12 puntos. Pabor sa Bay Area Dragons. A nice run, and the threes are dropping. Whenever the threes are dropping, that's big for Bay Area. Let's turn it over to Apple David.
There's no other way to put it. Ang sama ng shooting ng Barangay Ginebra. And assistant coach Richard Del Rosario says it's probably too much excitement. Trying to get the crowd going. Nasosobrahan sa one-on-one. Wala nang execution masyado nung plays. Dagdag pa dyan, they're getting fouled but they're missing a lot of free throws. Justin Brownlee for 1, pero no need to panic. They'll try to settle down in the second quarter and the second half rather, and hopefully they'll have better shooting. For Coach Brian Gorgia naman, they have to attack the basket harder. They only had 2 free throws in the first half, and at the same time, to clean up their press breaks, they committed a lot of turnovers that Ginebra was able to convert, and nagbibigay ito ng momentum and confidence sa kalaban. Gentlemen.
Salamat sa iyong report, Apple. As action resumes, Ginebra trailing by 12. Stan Hardinger will try to cut it. Off target na naman ang perimeter J, and Nicholson gobbles it up.
Just to put some numbers in the report of Apple, it's been a miserable night from downtown for Barangay Ginebra. Only 2 out of 14 for 14%. Even their free throw shooting, 5 out of 13 for 38%. This Bay Area Dragons have made 8 3-pointers already out of 24. So the disparity is huge. 6 total 3 points from the 3-point area for Barangay Ginebra and 24 for the Dragons.
Pinto has been inserted into the game. He kicks it out to Malonzo. Ayun na kay Brownlee. Papatok sana kay Sistan. Up ahead to Ju Min Sim, who decides to retreat.
Oh!
Nicholson now will attack. Shove, and they were looking for the foul. Instead, now foul. See Nicholson all the way up.
Could have been an offensive foul on Nicholson as he bulldozed his way to get to that post block.
So we're looking at Coach Tim Cole to see his reaction, because we've been watching Brian Virgin react time and again. And si Coach Tim sits on the bench and just pinabayaan na lang niya. Mintis ang unang free throw ni Andrew Nicholson.
Sabi ni Coach Ryan kanina, 8 of 24. They were 4 of 20 in the first 2 quarters, meaning they shot 4 out of 4. So unang 4 na tira nila na 3-point shots. Talking about the Bay Dragons sa third quarter.
1 out of 2 on that trip for Nicholson. Total of 14 points for him.
Below par pa yung kanyang scoring output, but it's a Baker's dozen lead as we're about to hit the halfway mark ng quarter number 3. Pinto. Hinanap si Malonzo. Now it's Brownlee. Ju trying to stick to him. They'll call a foul on Ju Ming-sin. And free throws for former St. John's Red Storm player.
Foul number 9, Ju Ming-sin.
And anong sinasabi ni referee Killing Yen? He's at the official's table. May warning ba o may naantay natin ang announcement ng ating venue commentator.
Warning on Bay Area Dragons assistant coach William Tomlinson for complaining.
Too much complaining from William Tomlinson. That's the assistant coach or assistant team manager, if I'm not mistaken, of the Bay Area squad.
2 shots for Justin Brownlee.
Relax lang, sir.
Yes. He was seen complaining, and I don't understand why. Because even Ju, who fouled Brownlee, was there to acknowledge that a foul should have been whistled against him.
Remember that the Bay Dragons are making this run without Su Songwei inside for them, Coach Ryan, di ba, no?
Tama yan. So it's actually a window open here for Barangay Ginebra. Justin Brownlee, again, not shooting well. You know that he's a high 47, 52% from the field. Easily, yes. But only 4 out of 16 in tonight's game.
Yang swings it to Kobe Lamb. The 3 falls yet again para sa Bay Area Dragons. Ang tindi ng barrage mula sa Rainbow Country.
And what do you do if you're Pinto? Nakashoot na kanina si Kobe Lamb. If you're going to offer help, make sure you have enough time to recover and challenge. Otherwise, those things will happen to you.
Tingnan na natin ating sagot sa ating PBA Watch and Win brought to us by Sulit TV. Question was, which of these #1 draft picks who played for the national team before joining the league will have a better bounce back game today? And 63% of you said Christian, Stan Hardinger over Japet Aguilar. Yan ang ating resulta. You wait for Sunday, you'll find out sino nakakuha ng ating Sulit TV box. And just for trivia's sake, guys, Japet played for Coach Yang Giao's Powerade Filipino team in 2009. Before being drafted first overall in 2009 by Burger King. And then, si Christian naman, naglaro sa 2017 FIBA Asia Cup sa Lebanon before being drafted first overall by San Miguel Beer in the 2017 PBA draft.
Bilis ng panahon.
Mabilis. Parang tagal-tagal na. Parang rookie pa lang si Japet. Ngayon, super solid veteran na siya.
but he really has to play better. It has not been a favorable series for Japet Aguilar. Only 5.5 points per ball game in the first 2 games and only 2 in game 3. And you know that Japet is a high caliber player. So I was reading isang article that he's really not 100%. So kailangan talaga ma-fast track kung ano man ang kanyang iniinda. And this is not going to help. Another miscue. Unforced turnover for Barangay Ginebra.
After a timeout, coach.
After a timeout, yes. It's something that we saw also in the second quarter.
Right.
But the bad thing is Bay Area Dragons really lording it over here in the third quarter against the Gin Kings. 22-10. Third quarter scoring so far.
Ito ba si Blankley, bumitaw na naman sa tres. That's a miss. Nicholson trying to keep it alive. Finally, Brownlee comes away with it. And that's at least the third time that last play. Gentlemen, well, nothing came out of a timeout called by Barangay Ginebra. Diba? But on this drive, Japet was blocked upstairs. Ngunit sabi ng referee, may tama sa ilalim. So free throws para kay Japet Aguilar.
Looking for his first points here in game 3. Coming off a 3-point performance, if I recall right, in that game 2 loss.
And this should serve as a springboard for Japet Aguilar. If he makes his free throws, that's something that Barangay Ginebra is also nursing from in this game. Yung bad free throw shooting, unbelievable to be honest with you. Before that shot, 7 out of 15 for just 46%. And now make it 7 out of 17. Bababa panalo yung kanilang free throw percentage.
But they'll keep it dahil last touch daw si Andrew Nicholson, says referee Nino Barcenas at the baseline. Scotty inside the Japet. Jumper. Elbow. Wow! Way off target.
Yes, wild shot by Japet Aguilar. Gusto niya sanang bawiin yung dalawang missed free throws niya, pero hindi na naman tumama sa ring.
Glenn Yang misses the 3. Pinto comes down with the rebound. Nagmamadali si John. Scotty, a power move. Supalpal ni Blankley, and that's his second block of the game.
He had 5 in that game 2 win. 5 of their 6 blocks registered by Blankley.
It's the right thing to do. If you're Barangay Ginebra, try to push the ball, but you have to be composed. You have to have that disciplined direction.
Scotty now on the move against Yang, who spin, put it above the glass and miss. Yet again, ilang beses na yan, Coach Ryan, na they'll put it off that glass, tapos ayaw talaga mahulog.
Nahihirapan talaga sila dahil ganda rin talaga ng interior defense na pinapakita ng Bay Area Dragons.
Yung rim protection.
Yes, so everything is under duress, under extreme traffic. And let us see, only 10 points so far for Barangay Ginebra dito sa third quarter.
Saka nakakailang din yung may nasasapal ng may nasasapal.
Pero palitan ng mintis sa sunod-sunod yung mga plays natin. Still at a 14-point lead. The score hasn't changed for a bit. Pinto now will try. He can't get it to go as Nicholson chases it down.
Well, what about the cleanup job by Nicholson, Coach Ryan? Laging nakukuha yung defensive rebound.
Kuha niya kasi yung inside position eh.
But you see him, a mouth open, huffing and puffing already, si Andrew Nicholson. And you're not surprised because he's been playing so hard in this game. Kobe Lamb on the curl, jumper. No go, no white shirt underneath for the possible offensive rebound. Pero if you're Bay Area, kontento ka eh. Palitan ng mintis, okay lang.
Quite definitely.
Lamang sila ng 14.
Ooh, still not there for Brownlee.
Parang may takip yung rim natin on both sides.
4 points in the third quarter so far for Justin Brownlee.
Hirap na hirap ang bupensa. Nagkakanya-kanya itong Barangay Ginebra.
10 points pa lang, Coach Ryan.
They're not relying on their execution and their half-court sets. But you also have to give credit dito sa depensa ng Bay Area Dragons.
Blankley will have to put it up. That was great line. Nabitin lang ng konti. A little more that would have gone in. Malonzo susubok. Ayaw pa rin. Kobe Lamb will cross the timeline. He'll get trapped by a double team. Gets it to Blankley, but it bounces out, and that's going to head back Ginebra's way. That was not a pretty sequence, or several sequences there. It's still a 14-point lead for Bay Area. We'll be back. Well, these Bay Area Dragons, they're the guest team. And there's the only franchise team for the East Asia Super League in 2021. They were called originally the Chunyu Phoenixes, but they changed to the Bay Area Dragons upon coming to the PBA. They've been here for 5 months already, more than 5 months. They spent the holidays here. They've been to Boracay, at least some of them, and they're the 11th foreign guest team to play. And they led, as Coach Ryan pointed out, the league in scoring in the eliminations. They're a potent team. They like to move the ball, they like to hit threes, they like to run. They've got some talent, some size. And that's why they're here in the finals, challenging Barangay Ginebra.
They are obviously a well-oiled machine, well-coached. They play basketball the right way on both ends of the basketball court. The engine is again coming here. Their offensive weapons are in sync in tonight's ball game, shooting a lot of threes and defending so well also. So bucking the foul trouble of Zhu Zongwei, who's been on the bench for more than 5 minutes already, but they have able bodies. They have, of course, a very reliable import in Andrew Nicholson, who's been the anchor on offense for them, and that is why they are enjoying a 14-point advantage. The last time Barangay Ginebra scored was way back in the 5-54 mark of the third quarter, with Brownlee hitting 2 free throws, and that was their 45th point. But after that, they've been quiet.
That's right.
Hirap na hirap pumuntos itong Barangay.
For over 3 minutes. 4 points for Brownlee in the quarter, 4 for Scotty Thompson, and 2 points for Christian Stan Ardner to total 10 here in the third so far.
Coming off a timeout, finally! Success on the part of Barangay Ginebra. It's a 3 from Scotty to the delight of the fans.
Badly needed basket for Barangay Ginebra.
We failed to mention when we were talking about Bay Area, they also have a pretty good coach.
Oh yes, of course.
Olympic bronze medalist.
Lang naman. Power move! Ju Min Shin gets it at the rim. Ito he's worked his way.
Galing no? Galing simple.
He's got a funny jump shot, a funny free throw na mapapapasok ka sa lane talaga dahil parang Messi. But he's effective. Coach Gurgen seems to like his ethic. But that's a reach in, I think, once again mula sa kanya, Ju Min Shin. That's going to be his 4th personal.
And then hand check there, foul against Ju. And a quick ball reversal. Pinto to Scotty Thompson. Scotty Thompson was in good rhythm in this nice entry pass. Throwing a phalanx of defenders against Barangay Ginebra, pero hindi niya ininda itong si Ju, nabigyan ng 2 puntos.
Stopped at the rim once again is Japet Aguilar, but he draws a foul. So 2 free throws na naman. Remember, the last time he was there,
missed both.
He missed both badly.
Blackley has been, parang masasabi mo to, Coach Rai, parang one of the best rim protectors para sa kanila. Siya yung sumasalo eh.
He has the height, he also has the length and that impeccable timing to go for block shots. So yung blocks niya, yun ang nakikita natin, something that you can measure. But the ability to change the shot of their opponents and making them bleed, tulad niyan, easily si Japet Aguilar, pag nabigyan ng ganong puntos, ganong posisyon underneath
dunk
the basket,
yun,
sure
no?
2 points.
Dunk na yun.
But alam niya, nagsastruggle itong si Japet Aguilar from the line. And counting 0 out of 3 in the last 3 free throws, itong si Japet Aguilar. So hindi nadagdagan ng kanyang 2 puntos.
Coach Tim Cone biting the bullet, taking out Justin Brownlee late here in the third.
7 out of 18 from the line. Finally a basket from the line for Japet.
When he swishes that one, and the Barangay faithful are hoping that gets him going. It's down to 12, yung lamang ng Bay Area. Minute and 13 to go. Tipped away by Thompson. And that's a foul on Glenn Yang as he flailed his arms. Flailed his arms rather to try to get the ball back. They're gonna check it out kasi mukhang tinamaan sa mukha nga si Scotty. Unintentional, of course.
Scotty Thompson.
Oh!
I didn't see that.
He flailed his arms na, sabi ko, try to get it back. And Glenn Yang apologizes. Scotty accepts it. For those who are hot under the collar, okay na. Batuan na yung dalawa.
But Scotty Thompson trying to lift the spirits of Barangay Ginebra up with a booming 3-pointer and a shot on the face. Inadvertently, of course. Oh, just a loose ball foul.
It's going to be 2 free throws.
Susubukin sa linya naman si Scotty Thompson.
Without any time running. Only 72 seconds left here in the third quarter. So far, quarter scoring 14 for Ginebra, 24 for the Bay Dragons here in the third. 15 doon sa 3-point shots eh.
Dami.
Dami, sunod-sunod. Earlier, it was Christian Stanhardner. So take a look at this team gentleman here. The executive row, Tony.
That's right, the Commissioner Marshall, Sir Ricky Vargas, and si Doggy. Sa esports yan.
Earlier in the second quarter, or in the first quarter, it was Christian Stanhardinger who was the rescuer for Ginebra. Now it seems to be Scotty Thompson.
Yan na naman yung crowd. Nag-iingay. But Jude Min fighting for it. And he still is. Who's gonna get it? Finally, Japet comes away with it. Eto si Scotty. Left it for Pinto. One fake. But a block again from the Bay Area Dragons. Another one yet again. And the defense of Bay Area inside has been stifling.
They're ready. They're sprinting back on defense, not allowing Barangay Ginebra to score on easy fast break attacks, making Barangay bleed for every basket. But the effort is really acknowledged by the fans of Barangay Ginebra inside this arena.
Brownlee's back.
Binalik si JB kasi they sense momentum might be swinging to their side. Lenyang, susubukin siyang bantayan. Buting na maagaw ni Blankley. But Malonzo! And the crowd erupts.
This is a 9-2 run generated by Ginebra before the third quarter is done.
Galing mag-close ng quarters itong Ginebra, Coach Ron.
On two made 3-point baskets late here in the fourth.
Nicholson against Japet. The double comes. The shove to Ju. Full spin. And miss. Masyado malalim. Brownlee ngayon in transition. Finger roll!
And he just took it upon himself. He was able to dribble the length of the court to go for his layup. And don't look now, Barangay is only down by 5.
We also saw this in the second quarter. Up 10, suddenly lost that lead. Got into the third quarter, only ahead by 2. This time, they were on top by 14.
And an ill-timed foul by Stan Pringle. They could afford to foul because they were not yet in team penalty, but he fouled Young while in the act of shooting. But back-to-back heads-up play by Barangay Ginebra. First, a booming 3 from Alonzo. The next was a layup by Justin Brownlee. And we can hardly hear ourselves here inside the arena. The pressure!
Well, apekto parang may sound wave kasi nagaling sa mga fans. Isang mintis para kay Glenn Young. Yan na. Yan na. Sinisigawan ng mga fans and it's affecting the players. They've missed 2 or 3 free throws already in this game simply because of all that jeering. And that's 2. But Nicholson gets it.
That's huge.
Wow. Napakasimpleng basketball. Scotty! Wow, that would have been big kung pumasok yun. But Bay Area hangs on to the lead at the end of 3. 63-56. 1 quarter coming up. There's Barangay Ginebra down by 7 as we're about to begin the fourth and final period of this game, number 3. Nice run for them to cut the lead down. It was at 14, it's down to 7. And the crowd is anticipating something. Of course, Bay Area will do all it can to hold back Barangay Ginebra and grab this game to go up 2-1 in this series. I'm Charlie Cuna, together with coaches Ryan Gregorio and Ronnie Magsanok. And of course, habang nakaputi ang Bay Area, nakapula ang Ginebra, maroon naman ang panel ngayon. Although di tayo nakamaroon, ha?
You just couldn't help it, attorney, ha?
Kailangan naman yan. Ito, to see Robert Non, of course, Governor ng San Miguel. JV Mocon is in the house watching the game. Nabanggit natin kanina nga, kahit mga player ng ibang team, curious sa anong mga pangyayari dito.
Tama yan. At ganitong atmosphere talaga yung mga gusto mo. And Coach Ronnie knows this. He has played under this kind of an environment when he was playing for Shell light years ago.
Yeah. Naging bus light. Yun na. Anyway,
balikan nga natin.
Bakit hindi mo papanoorin? Ilang beses mo ba lamang makakalaban yung ganitong klaseng quality ng guest team?
Oh yes, that's true.
Hindi madalas eh. Kailan ba yung huli?
No, that's why you love what Junmar Fajardo said just after his team was eliminated San Miguel in the semis. He said, okay sa akin ang Bay Area. Diba? Astig sila dahil napapataasan ang ating ang level of play. Of course, Miss Jane Basas is in the house. Miss Shena Olaso. Si Chito Salud, former PBA commissioner, now working with Converge as their governor.
Parang on cue, pumasok si Commissioner Marcial.
Oo nga eh. Alam niya.
Alam niya yung timing. Nandiyan na yung camera, pasok na ako, enter screen.
Akala ko kung ano yung nangyari. Timing yan.
May Hubalde pa tayo, Chito Loiso.
Nako.
Technical foul.
To start the fourth quarter.
Brian Gurgin. And he raises his hands and tells the crowd, come on, cheer me, cheer me. This guy's a gamer. Played for the Pepperdine Waves. Kasabay ni Ricardo Brown niya.
Wow.
Dennis Johnson. Kilala niya yung mga yan.
DJ.
And made a career in Australia, New Zealand playing ball. And he gets that. So you start the fourth quarter instead of being down by 7, just by 6.
Right. Let's see if that will get LA Tenorio going. Tagal-tagal na hindi nakaka-basket dito si LA Tenorio.
23 points for LA Tenorio in this ball game.
22 points yan.
For 22 points in game 1. He was only averaging 4.7 points per ball game in the elimination round, and he opted towards or just before the finals.
Malonzo. Umatake Mintis. Rebound blankly.
Ito mo si Susong.
Blankly wanting to challenge Japet, decides otherwise. Tref na lang daw.
Wow.
And why not? That's the way to start the quarter, says Hayden Blankley.
Just can't leave him wide open. Give him space. It's going to make you pay. So he has to be respected. And again, I mentioned it. In the first 12 games of Bay Area Dragons, this guy was a scorching 44% from the three-point area. So yung 0 out of 9 yun in game 1 is more of an aberration.
Look yan.
Yes.
Stand the man. A second to go. Did he get it off in time? Doesn't matter. Play continues. Ball's on the floor. There's a loose ball foul. They're going to say it's Blankley. Or is it Zhu? If it's Zhu, it's bye-bye.
They dodged a bullet in that last sequence. Di na nga siya gumalaw eh, di ba? Di na siya, nag-antay na lang siya.
Stand, swing to LA, balik kay Pringle. Pringle will attack. Japet now, side J. That was money in the first conference, but not this time. But they fight for it, and they're fighting. That's what they're known for.
Is that 5 on Blankley?
It might be.
Showing a lot of work on the offensive glasses. Barangay Ginebra. Bilam will be guilty of that one, but second team foul for Bay Area Dragons. And your Stan Pringle, Coach Ronnie, you know this. He has to think score right now. Because kailangan yung kanyang opensa. Give him that ball and get out of the way once in a while. Kailangan mabigyan ng mga broken options itong si Stan Pringle.
Si Apple David may report para sa atin.
Since Ginebra is not getting a lot from their half-court execution, what they did in the third and look to continue doing here in the fourth is to pressure the defense of Bay Area, force turnovers to get easy baskets. Pero something that they really have to focus working on is yung free throw shooting nila. They're given these opportunities na hindi nila pwedeng sayangin. Every time they shoot, they have to shoot with confidence. Gentlemen.
Wow, look at that. That's a power move mula kay Andrew Nicholson. Ang ganda ng anong coverage, pasok pa rin.
NBA player talaga, no?
And Coach Ronnie, just to emphasize that point, he played more than 250 games in the NBA.
256, I believe.
Yes. Kaya alam na mo talagang high-level player yan.
That's a miss from 3 mula kay Brownlee. Ang lamang, 9 para sa Bay Area. 10 minutes and 11 to go. Ginebra mount a comeback. Oh, the spin was beautiful, but the finish left much to be desired, blankly missing the layup. Yeah, I've heard this time and again, gentlemen. I've heard it from coaches in this league. Itong Bay Area, ang hirap kalaban kasi kung anong laro nila, whether they're up, whether they're down, all out ka talaga. But they left Pringle open there. Pringle dunked it in. Bingo! 3-point shot brought to us by Bingo Plus.
Excellent decision coming from LA Tenorio. They need Pringle to hit up. He gave Pringle an open look and Pringle delivered. Suddenly the lead is just a 2-possession advantage for the Bay Dragons.
Hinahanap ni Coach Ryan si Stanley Pringle.
Yan ang kailangan niya, no? Yung walang bantay para mabuhayan. Shot on the arm, the confidence back as well.
And you see that scheme, the defensive scheme against Brownlee.
Double, no?
Down low, there's a quick double team, a quick extra pass. Pringle finding himself wide open from downtown.
Nicholson now facing Stan Hardinger, steps back. The 3 is good. Pinawi agad.
Just incredible shot maker. Itong si Andrew Nicholson.
May bantay eh.
Step back pa nga is 6'10", who can do that with so much ease.
Last game ng offensively, 21 points pa lang si Andrew Nicholson.
That's a defensive stuff.
Ito talaga strong 5 nila. This is the strong 5 of Bay Area on the floor. Right?
Best 5.
Strongest 5. Here's Yang on the curve. Swings to Blankley. He'll take another. That's short. Scotty Thompson. Brownlee. Ayan na! Just a tad late was Andrew Nicholson.
It was a bad man right there, Justin Brownlee, playing slalom basketball, eluding 2 defenders for his layup shot using his left.
I'll say this as a matter of fact. It's Justin Brownlee time for Barangay Ginebra.
Parang na-excite tayo, isipin na naka-Pilipinas siya, tapos nagawa niya yung mga move niya. But of course, that's a story for another day. Timeout is brought to us by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. 8 minutes and 12 remaining in the fourth period. Bay Area still up. 71-64. Andrew Nicholson, the import ng Bay Area, ang ating bida player of the game. It's brought to us by Firefly, the trusted lighting partner of the PBA. 21 and 20 lang naman ang kanyang mga numero. And Andrew Nicholson, what can we say about him?
21 points, 20 rebounds, 7 out of 7 from the
Wow.
two-point area, 100%. And that is how good this guy is. He's defended. You know that, Coach Ron, the preparation time of Barangay Ginebra is obviously a target. There will be special defensive schemes against him, and yet he can still score and 100% from the two-point
Definitely
area.
aided by the three-point explosion of the Bay Dragons to free up Nicholson in his incursions.
Difficult inbound pass was successful anyway. Stan Hardinger trying to bump Nicholson out of position as Yang attacks. Oh, gets the basket and pinasabit niya si L.A. Tenorio. Baka maka 3-point play pa itong Bay Area coming out of that timeout.
He read it so well. He knows that L.A. Tenorio usually goes under the screen. And look at that once again. He went under the screen, but Glenn Young was like 4 feet away from the basket. It's going to be very hard for LA. And this is one way of knowing that there is a defensive mistake. Because if you go under that screen, Coach Ronnie, you are preventing a penetration.
Right.
And yet Glenn Young was able to score on the layup.
But he missed the free throw, unable to complete the 3-point play.
That's good for Ginebra then.
Hand off to LA. Taft to stand. Pringle kikilos, nasa lane. Pasado malakas and Nicholson.
Wow.
22 boards. Wow, 21. 21-21 na siya ngayon.
2020?
Oo. It's with him, 10 seconds to shoot. Now with Lamb. Lamb is open from 3. It won't go, but Nicholson
That's
is
a
in there. Oh, talaga nakayakap sa kanya si Stan Hardinger. That's a loose ball foul of Christian.
And this is a go-to play for the Dragons. They're gonna move the ball so quick, and then they're gonna do that ball screen. But the tendency of Nicholson is instead of popping out for a three-pointer, he will go and dive strongly for a possible inside pass or a better position to get the offensive rebound. So kasama talaga yun sa konsepto sa opensa ni Coach Brian Gurgen.
That's a point of attack.
Lamb swings to Yang. 6 to shoot. What's he gonna do? He'll attack L.A. Tenorio outside to Nicholson. Have to hoist it perhaps. There it is. That's a miss. Nakastop itong Barangay Ginebra. Approaching the last 7 minutes of the game. Malonzo in the paint. Blocked by Nicholson.
Omnipresent underneath.
Zhu Xiongwei, tahimik ito kanina pa. Kick to blankly, but he stepped backwards. And that happens all the time. When you
Kumakambyo yung paano.
Your Barangay Ginebra, you've only scored 64 points, but you've defended well. Only 73 points for Bay Area Dragons. And the reason why they're not generating a lot of points is nagkakanya-kanya sila. So I was looking at Coach Tim Cohn. He's telling his players to move that ball, trust the offense, and take the best shot possible. Something like that. Brownlee will troop to the free throw line to shoot 3 gift shots.
And that will be the 5th personal foul on Blankley.
He's got 5. Zhu Xiongwei has 5. 6:40 to go. These are their wing players.
You just cannot count out Barangay Ginebra. This team is known for their never say die spirit, but they have to make free throws.
Jabbar Bina in the house.
On the 59-45 count, 5-minute mark in the third quarter, Ginebra's even outscored the Bay Dragons from that time to the present here in the fourth. Meron silang kabuang 20 points laban sa 14 ng Bay Dragons.
Pero lumamang kasi ng malaki. Yan, diba? Yun ang problema.
Ang kagandahan lang para sa Ginebra, they have been the better team from 5-minute downwards in the last 2 quarters.
Right. It's just a 7-point lead now with 6:35 to go. Blackley, they cross the line just in time. Sakto yun. Yeah, hinahanap si Blackley. Couldn't go to him, went to Lamb instead. 4 to shoot. Kobe swings it to Nicholson. Nicholson. Jam! of patience. This guy is unwavering. You know, he just doesn't get harassed at all. Walang panic mode.
Unflappable.
Incredible composure. Using his footwork that time to find the tiny opening. But this time, it's just in time for Barangay Ginebra.
That guy's pretty good as well.
Honestly, that has been what Justin Brownlee is to this franchise since the time that he stepped forth for Ginebra.
As a replacement import, by the way.
In 2016? Right.
Hindi man lang siya yung pinili nila. Miss from Zhu Xiangwei. Pagkakataon ng Barangay Ginebra. Nako, step back. And he gets the 6th foul of Hayden Blankley. It's bye-bye for Blankley. Asking for a charge, he's not going to get it. And that's 3 free throws for Justin Brownlee. Adios, Mr. Blankley.
Transition.
That's a good call. He was in a forward position on his closeout and his challenge. He intruded into that space of Justin Brownlee. So no complaints that time from the Bay Area Dragons bench.
He feels horrible, but ganun talaga. Pinasok si Ju Ming-sin para palitan. So Ju Ming-sin will probably ride this out till the end. But another miss from the line mula kay JB.
23 points so far for Brownlee.
Uncharacteristic missed shots from the line for JB.
30-point average in the series so far. 28 in game 1, 32 in game 2 for Justin Brownlee.
Sometimes it's already in the mind. Free throws na yan. But he makes the second one. Looking to make the third to cut it to 5.
Lalo pag hindi ka sanay sumasablay. Bihira sumablay.
That comes from one of the best free throw shooters in PBA history.
Down. Oh yes, of course. Down by 6 points. Make it down by 5 points. The spirit is alive for Barangay Ginebra. The bounce back genes is definitely in the system of Barangay Ginebra.
Tipped away. Nakuha ng Ginebra. Haste made waste on the part of Bay Area. Brownlee gets the foul and he'll head back to the line. They're chipping away from the line with the time stop.
Heavy lifting here for Justin Brownlee. A defensive stop. And then again, relentless attack at the basket. Last sequence.
And Zhu is just dribbling too much. He's not letting the offense operate as far as Bay Area Dragons is concerned. Nawawala yung timing ng kanyang mga kasamahan at nagtuturnover pa siya.
And he also has 5 personal fouls at this point of the match.
Nice idea on the part of Zhu Xiangwei to attack habang transition defense pa. But natapik. Justin Brownlee yan eh.
Tsaka hindi na i-involve si Nicholson sa opensa nila, at least in the last 3 possessions for the Dragons. On the other side, just taking advantage. A lot of free throws given to Barangay Ginebra. Almost another turnover.
Glenn Yan trying to stabilize, goes to Zhu. Okay, Glenn. Probably need to go to Nicholson if he can get the possession. Glenn Yan outside the Kobe line, 3 on the way. He gets fouled. Almost went in. Could have been a 4-point play opportunity.
Akala ni Nicholson walang pito, bumababa na siya to spring down and defend.
So tatlong free throws ito.
Again, the right call by our referee. And as much as it was called against Barangay Ginebra, you have to call it fairly. The landing spot of Kobe Lam was obviously taken by Scottie Thompson. Pero nag-free throw, mintis din itong si Lam.
Kaya alam niyo yung superhero, yung character sa comics, yung Shakul.
Ako.
Parang ganun eh.
Tingnan mo naman to, grabe. The hostile crowd.
Parang pag sumigaw, parang ginugulat nila yung free throw shooter. Pero on that play, pasok yung second one.
They needed that conversion as Ginebra was fast, eating up whatever lead that they still had.
Ito mga bata, getting into it. 2 out of 3 for Kobe Lam. Gives his team some breathing space. 77-72. 5 minutes, 5-point lead. Let's see. Tenorio, the vet, against Kobe Lamb. Now Brownlee, Juming Shin, nakabantay sa kanya. Scotty Thompson, the MVP. That's short, and Nicholson will get it.
Well defended, well covered. And Nicholson once again, Coach Ryan, just securing, cleaning up the rebounding glass.
But if you are JB, you have to take courage in getting shots off, especially because Bear and Dragons are already in team penalty.
Yung tayo dito, everybody let's go. This cup never love, here we go. Game na game tayo dito, everybody let's go. This cup never love, here we go. Game tayo dito.
Bay Area holding off so far. Barangay Ginebra got a bunch of people here. 15,000 plus. Di ba tayo bilang dyan? Enjoying the action in game number 3 ng ating best of 7. A crucial game always in this type of series.
And a festive environment we have here. Ang saya dito sa loob ng arena ito.
Parang Pasko pa rin eh, no?
Tama ganun.
Imagine mo yung atmosphere pagdating ng World Cup.
Yes.
Exactly, the FIBA World Cup.
FIBA
in
World
August.
Cup. Good prelude to the FIBA World Cup.
When the best basketball players in the world come. Among them, of course, Freddy Hubalde.
A national player, multiple times.
That's right. 16 championships na naman, second most in the league.
Grabe
Second
naman.
to Don Ramon Fernandez, who has 19. Played with Ginebra, of course, for the season at the end of his career. Chicho Loizaga, 7 seasons with Ginebra, was part of their first championship team. Of course, Depensa, ang kanyang signature. You mentioned that team of Coach Ronnie Magsanong with Chito Loizaga in 1991.
He defended the 7'6" player from
Yun lang naman.
North
Michael
Korea.
Lee. Si
North
Michael Lee,
Korea,
diba?
North
yeah.
Korea, yes.
Yun lang naman. Nabantayan niya, half-typhoon niya yun.
Di nakagalaw eh.
Right now, Bay Area looking to score here. This would be big for them. Lamb in the paint. Layup goes for Kobe, one of the best penetrating guards in the league right now.
And well-executed offense after the timeout. Kobe Lamb showing so much composure. Did not settle for an outside J. Instead, he went for a strong layup, and this is now a 7-point advantage for the Dragons.
Ano isasagot ng Barangay? Chucked Brownlee. Jumin Shin in his face. He'll bump. No call. Basket is good.
I'll just get the ball in the hands of Justin Brown and get out of the way. This is Brownlee time. And he knows how to solicit a foul too. But buti na lang, pumasok yung kanyang jumper doon.
Struggles are gone. Confidence on. 29 total for Justin Brown.
Napasi Eric Tenorio doon. Got himself back up quickly to guard this guy. Glenn Yang. Caught 3, pass to Kobe. Almost tipped away. Stan Hardinger. Ball stays with Bay Area. 8.5 to shoot. 3.5 to go.
You see this penetration again, eluding the defense initially of LA Tenorio, and even the help side stance of JB. On the other side, JB leaning in for a jumper.
3 from Glenn Yang is off target. Scotty skying para sa rebound. 5 ang hinahabol ng Ginebra. Ang dami pang oras. Brownlee time. Kick to LA.
Wow! A timely basket by L.A. Tenorio in front of no less than Robin Rexano.
And Justin Brownlee has scored or assisted in the last 7 points for Barangay Ginebra.
Miss from Bay Area sets up a chance for Ginebra to knock this up or even take the lead. Brownlee. And they've come all the way back.
Incredible fight back by Barangay Ginebra. Justin Brownlee, look at his eyes, look at his determination. This is just our third deadlock in the ball game at 79 points.
23 in the quarter for Barangay Ginebra. Only 16 for Bay Dragons.
Ken Yang now on the drive. Has to pick it up. Kick outside the 2. Labas kay Glenn ulit. 4 to shoot. Anong gagawin ng mga ito? Another miss from Glenn. The tip from Nicholson to Lamb. Nicholson now hits the deck. He's fouled.
It's the first time he has touched the basketball in a while. Christian Stanhardinger's defense on Nicholson has prevented him from touching that basketball and forced Young to take at least three straight three-point shots.
And Justin Brownlee, that is why he is loved by the entire Ginebra crew. He knows exactly when is the time for him to score and when is the time for him to dish off. 2 brilliant plays by JB, and our score is knotted at 79 points apiece.
We're in the twilight zone. Last 2 minutes na po tayo dito sa Mall of Asia Arena. Nicholson tipped away. 2 to shoot. He takes it. And Ginebra can lead on this possession. The crowd is going berserk. Alonso on the floor. Stanhardinger picks it up. Gets the shoot. Christian, Scotty, threw that one away. Alonso, no go. Whoa! Scotty climbed the buildings and put it home.
Making something out of nothing. And just like that, Ginebra, after being behind by 14, now on top by a 2-point lead. Look at that ball pressure.
And the crowd is on its feet. A minute and 20. Anong isasagot ng Bay Area? The shooting has gone sour for the Dragons. Glenn will try again. He still can't get it to go.
This is last 4 3-point attempts.
Yes, and they're not letting Nicholson touch the basketball. Scotty Thompson doing impossible things with a putback, and now JB has the ball to give a little more separation for the Gin Kings.
Scotty on the move. Jamie. Through this play, there's Scotty Thompson with the tip in that gave them a 2-point lead.
Well, we started the quarter at 63-56. Right now, Ginebra scored 28 in the quarter so far. But what about this big play from Jamie Malonzo? Has been so good defending and putting a lot of ball pressure in the backcourt all the way to the front court. It's not what you do in the first 3 quarters. It's how you end a particular matchup. And right now, we've called it. Ginebra has been the better final 5-minute team in the last 3 quarters, and they've showed again that kind of resilience even here in the final quarter.
And a massive 4th quarter run here for Barangay Ginebra. They've outscored Bay Area Dragons 28-16. At one point, Barangay Ginebra down by as many as 14 points. But it's a totally different Barangay Ginebra that we're seeing here in the 4th.
And of course, Justin Brownlee in the thick of things. Sa comeback na ito, he's been here for so many seasons. He leads the imports in statistical categories across the board.
One of only 5 reinforcements in the history of the PBA to have totaled 5,000 points.
And he continues to do it season in and season out
Has
para
not,
sa
been,
Barangay Ginebra.
has not been beaten in the PBA Finals yet.
Correct. And what a time for him to do his thing.
Right, joining the likes of Coach Norman Black, Bobby Ray Parks, Sean Chambers, Sweet Lou Massey,
Yep.
among others.
Yan yung mga yun, no? Norman Black, siyempre, if in that, Bobby Ray Parks. No? Justin Brownlee, Magic Brownlee. To a lot, he's the new Superman for Barangay Ginebra, really. I mean, Billy Ray Bates did it for one season. This guy's done it time and again.
Incredible. And that's why he's well loved with the Filipinos. 5-point lead for Barangay Ginebra. They kept plugging, but I thought that the key really was Stan Hardinger's defense on Drew Nicholson, who bailed out the Dragons many times over. End of the third, start of the fourth, key baskets, diffusing whatever uprising Ginebra threw at them until Stan Hardinger prevented him from touching the basketball, at least in the last 2.5 minutes.
And the crowd is up dancing to the music of Bamboo and Orange and Lemons.
Oh, fantastic again. We can't emphasize it enough. The festive atmosphere is here in the SMO Arena. And Justin Brownlee, incredible stat line. He struggled for much of the part, especially in the first 3 quarters. Only 9 out of 23, but making things possible here in the 4th quarter for his team.
Bay Area looked on the way to victory, but lost their composure as Ginebra turned on the heat sa depensa. And then the offense clicked, and Bay Area throws it away coming off of that timeout. How the tables have turned, gentlemen.
Tremendous ball pressure by Scotty Thompson, not giving enough breathing room for Kobe Lamb to issue an entry pass to Nicholson. And that denial defense by Stan Hardinger. 2 important players defensively for Barangay Ginebra, forcing another turnover. A 5-point advantage for Barangay, and we've mentioned it. They were down by as many as 14, but that was like ages ago. Great comeback once again. The spirit is alive for Barangay Ginebra.
Nabanggit mo nga kanina, Coach Ryan, they're holding Ginebra down to just 60-something points. Diba? Ngayon, nasa 84 na sila bigla.
63-56 start of the 4th quarter. But I thought, again, you have Stan Hardinger's defense on Nicholson. Malonzo's stifling defense as well against Usong Wei. And then Scotty Thompson against itong si Greg Lamb.
And getting into the nerves. Itong crowd natin dito, kitang-kita yung pressure na nararamdaman ng mga manlalaro ng Bay Area Dragons.
Really a big part of the attack.
As 2 free throws coming up.
Yung 6-man na sinasabi nila, no, na binabanggit ng lahat ng mga dumaan dyan sa Ginebra squad.
And you can really say that the loss of Blankley told heavily against the Bay Dragons, especially in terms of defense down the stretch, specifically against Justin Brownlee.
Trying to put some finishing touches, perhaps. Of course, there is still 36-point lead. We've seen great things happen in basketball games with that much time left, and even less.
But they need this to make it a 3-possession advantage for them. They're up by 6 points right now. Make it 7, and that will be harder for Bay Area Dragons to bounce back. There's a little window open, but Scotty Thompson getting that rebound.
Mukhang na-injure pa ito si Andrew Nicholson. Might have hurt his ankle on the rebound play.
And that's Scotty. There is JB who's scoring at will here in the 4th quarter. But critical possessions, the first one was climbing a building. Scotty Thompson, after a 79-all count, climbed the tall building for a putback. Tapos ito naman, getting that offensive rebound and a possession once again for Ginebra.
Miles Powell, of course, looking at his partner, Andrew Nicholson. He wishes he could come in and help his team, but we know the rules, one at a time. They've chosen Nicholson, who now is fumbling. He can't even get up.
Oh, this is a bad development. He cannot walk